To help you become more familiar with Adobe Illustrator, let's take a tour. To start, you'll open an Illustrator document. With Illustrator CC Open, you can open a file by choosing File in the menus above, Open. In the Open dialog box, navigate to a file you have, or you can open this practice file from the downloadable practice files for this tutorial. Then click Open. After opening a document, you'll usually want to make sure that you can see all of the document content. To do that, choose View, Fit All in Window. With a file open, you'll see the Illustrator workspace. Now, the workspace is made up of an open document in the document window you see here, the menus above, the application bar below the menus, and on Windows, the menus are in the application bar, the Tools panel on the left, and finally, docked panels like the Properties panel you see here on the right. As you explore in Illustrator, you'll find that you can move parts of this workspace to have things you use all the time easily accessible, or maybe to show more of the artwork you're working on and fewer tools and panels. So let's explore the pieces that make up the workspace. In the Tools panel on the left, you'll see tools you can use to create and edit your artwork. Some of the tools have a little arrow in the corner, which means there are more tools you can choose from. For instance, press and hold on the rectangle tool here to show more tools you can choose from. Click to select the ellipse tool, and notice that the menu of tools is now hidden, and the ellipse tool is selected. Come back to the top of the Tools panel and click to select this Selection tool. Now, this is a tool you'll use a lot to do things like select and move content. Come out to the document and click in this rectangle to select it. Now, suppose you want to change the color of this rectangle. If you look in the Properties panel to the right of the document, you'll see options available for the content you select, like its position and size, appearance properties like the fill color here. Let's try changing the color of this object. So click the fill color and select another color to fill it with. You can then press Escape to hide the color panel. You'll also see some quick actions down here. These options change depending on what's selected. You can even click underline words like stroke to see even more options. You can then click away from the panel to hide it. Now, the Properties panel is docked on the right side over here with a few other panels called the Layers and Libraries panels. If you want to see the layers or how the content in the document is ordered, for instance, you can click the Layers panel tab at the top to show the Layers panel. To show the Properties panel again, click on the Properties panel tab. If you find that you need more space in the document window to work on your document, you can click the arrow at the top of the dock panels to collapse them. This will give you a little more space to work. To show the panels again, you can click on a panel name to show the panel, and then click on the tab or panel name to collapse it, or you can click the arrow at the top of the dock panels again to show them all. Now, there are actually a lot of panels in Illustrator for you to explore. Each contains different options, and they can be opened from the Window menu up here. Any panel that has a check mark is open and currently showing. You can see the Properties panel has a check mark. Let's open another panel. So choose Align to open the Align panel group. A group is a series of, in this case, 3 panels, and you can see each panel has a separate tab. This group is called Free Floating because it's not docked with the other default panels on the right. You can move them around by dragging the title bar at the top. You can also dock one or more of these panels on the left or right side of the workspace by dragging it into place. So let's dock the Align panel on the right. Drag the Align panel by the tab onto the panel tab names docked on the right. When a blue highlight appears in the Properties panel group here, release the mouse button. The panel is now added to the group. To close the remaining panels left in the group, click the X in the corner. Now, at some point, as you open, close, and rearrange a lot of these panels, you may want to reset them to their original locations. To do this, you can reset the entire workspace. In the application bar above the document, click Essentials and choose Reset Essentials to put all of the panels back to their default locations. Now, if you see something else chosen in this menu, choose Essentials first, and then choose Reset Essentials. As a last step, you're finished with this practice file, so you can close it by coming up to the menu bar and choosing File, Close, without saving. Now that you're familiar with the Illustrator workspace and how to manage panels, going forward you'll be able to more easily organize panels in a way that complements your working style. Being able to get around in your documents in Illustrator by zooming in and out and moving between artboards will make it much easier to create and edit your artwork. So to get more comfortable with navigating in your documents, you'll explore how to zoom in a document, and then you'll learn how to move or pan in the document window. You can open one of your own Illustrator files or this file from the practice files for this tutorial. Now when you work in Illustrator, your content is on artboards. An artboard in Illustrator is similar to a page in Microsoft Word or Adobe InDesign. In this particular document, you'll see a series of artboards. You can have a lot of artboards in one document, and they can also be different sizes, maybe to design a postcard and a poster for the same client in a single document, which makes it easier to share assets and colors and different things across the different pieces you're creating. The first thing you'll do is select some artwork. So select the selection tool in the Tools panel on the left, and click on Artwork in this artboard. Once you do that, you should see a subtle black line around this particular artboard. That line tells you it's the active artboard, or the one that you're currently working on. To fit the active artboard in the document window, choose View, Fit Artboard in Window. This can help you focus on a particular artboard in your document. Now, suppose you're working on content on this artboard, and then you realize you need to edit artwork on another artboard. You can do that by panning or dragging within the document window with the hand tool. So in the Tools panel on the left, press and hold on the Zoom tool, and select the hand tool. Press and drag in the document window to move around. It's kind of like moving a piece of paper on your desk, but digitally. To see all the artboards and the artwork again, you can choose View, Fit All in Window. When working with more detailed artwork, sometimes you want to zoom in or make things appear larger. You can do this several ways. We'll begin by using the Zoom tool. First, let's make sure that nothing is selected. To do that, choose Select, Deselect. To select the Zoom tool in the Tools panel on the left, press and hold on the hand tool and select the Zoom tool. Then come out into the document window, and to zoom in, click once. Where you clicked is now in the center of the document window. Try clicking a few more times to zoom in closely. Now in the lower left corner, you should see this View menu. This is where you can see the current zoom level and also choose a different zoom level, all the way up to 64,000% to zoom in really closely to detailed artwork. From this menu, choose 100% if it isn't already selected, so you can see the artwork at 100% of its original size. Now to zoom out, which makes your artwork appear smaller so you can see more content at once, with the Zoom tool selected, press the Option key on Mac or Alt key on Windows. You should see a minus sign in the Zoom tool now. Click a few times to zoom out. Eventually, if you click enough times, you'll zoom out far enough to see everything. When you're finished, you can release the key. You can also use the View menu to zoom. Select the Selection tool again, and click to select this logo. To zoom into the logo, choose View, Zoom In. It's just like clicking with the Zoom tool right on that logo. It's zooming in by a certain amount and centering the logo in the document window. Okay, so that you can see everything in your document again, choose View, Fit All in Window. Being able to navigate your documents by panning and zooming will be really important when you're working in Illustrator. It'll allow you to see more detailed artwork up close, for instance, or even take a step back to view the entire document. There are a lot of ways to begin a new project in Illustrator. You can create one from scratch, start from a template, open an existing file, and more. Let's look at how to create a new document to start. With the latest version of Illustrator CC open, you may see this start screen which appears when no documents are open. Yours may look different, and that's okay. From the start screen, you can open existing files and create new files. Whether or not the start screen is showing, you can also always go to the File menu at the top of the screen to open existing documents or to create a new document. Now to start a new document from scratch, choose File, New. The New Document dialog box appears. And once again, yours may look a little different than what you see here, and that's okay. In this dialog box, you can start by choosing a preset option like Print, Web, or Mobile. So it's important to know before you start designing what type of project you're creating. In this video, you'll create a document for a poster that's meant to be printed, so click Print to show a series of print document presets. When you choose the print preset, other settings like the type of color used and the units of measurement are automatically set to accommodate a print project. After choosing a preset,